What's up, guys? In today's video we're going to be building around the final starter, Skeledirge, and this one is going to be very interesting. Obviously in the last two they were clearly offensive, one being choice banded, one being life orbed, and both had very offensively based abilities, one being Moxie and one being Protean. Bro, I guess you could argue Protean isn't enough, but come on. But in this case, Unaware is a very defensive ability, and this thing is slow and has a more defensive structure to its stat distribution. Now, what's interesting about that is the fact that Ghost and Fire, as I was looking through the tiers, actually horrendous defensive typing. It seems like this generation just introduced three types: Dark, Ghost, and Ground. Like, everybody is one variant of one of those for the most part. Like, everybody's a ground type, everybody's a dark type, everybody is a ghost type. So, and then, obviously coverage moves and such, or rock, right? So defensively, Skeledirge is just not in the best position, and it has access to a recovery move. However, because of access to the new thing known as Terra types, I actually was looking through it and I was like, okay, what Terra type could it transform into? Because it's gonna bait in a lot of darks, a lot of dark moves, and a lot of ghost moves. So I was like, okay, I could Terra type it into dark, which would make it be able to tank those hits. And then I went, okay, ignore this right here. I just wanted to see what this thing was. I didn't notice it before. Very cool ability. And then I looked at the dark types that it would learn, and I'd say, okay, well, which of these wouldn't get blasted away by fire moves? And some do, some don't. It's about half and half. So I decided to put the Terra type of Fairy rather than... It won't protect me against ghost types, but with its natural bulk, particularly in the defensive side, which I think most of the ghosts that are still here tend to lean towards, I think I'll be able to do fine. Now, Spadef is just alright, but its HP is very good, so I'll compensate a bit. Right now we're just keeping it simple with max special attack, max HP. I'm sure you can have some defensive variant with whatever, but you'd have to really... The metagame would really have to settle a bit so you know what you're commonly running into. And I'm going to do, I think, like a stream or something where I just play a ton, because I need to get up to date with what is going on out there and inform you guys as well, since we only come on here and play a few games. So that all being said, as I mentioned, we're going to be just using a more defensive sort of bulky build, sort of Mon style for this. It can't slack off, so that's an upside. It being fairy, I can think of some things it would guard against, but that's usually gonna happen. That's usually gonna happen after I terrestrialize, or whatever that thing is called. I could see a case for some defense. It'd be putting the special attack at some random thing, because we don't have any calcs yet. So we're just gonna keep it as is, and if we need to adjust, we will. And remember, step one is to identify the goal. So our goal is to build around this and ensure that it does something out here. And so I don't think this particular team building will be super long, primarily because there's just such little knowledge on the metagame is far from settled, and then we have bans now, right? It's just, right now you're just gonna have to play for the next week. And teams are going to be adapting like every 2 hours. I said this to somebody who messaged me. Like, every 2 hours, teams are going to be changing, because that's just how fast people are coming up with new stuff and learning stuff and attempting to catch people off guard with new strategies. So it takes time for your brain to adapt to all of the things being thrown at you. So it's just straight chaos for the next like week, 2 weeks. After that, then we can start deep diving into a bit more... serious team building. So that being said, I'll put this more, I guess, on the defensive side. I mean, if I'd Unaware, what would I be? Maybe we can take advantage of this. Because unaware, unaware. You know, maybe we can take advantage of this. I'll make it bold to see how much it is. Because this can actually, I can actually just use this as a straight up wall to a lot of the common boosting dragons that are out there now. We put about, let's rather put it at 300 defense just to give us that. So we can outspeed other alligators. And then we'll put some in special attack. This is a bit arbitrary, right? It's not ultra calced. But I wanted to have a bit more defense in case I do use it for that. And I'm going to actually build this starter around a defensive core rather than an offensive core, and then put a different offensive team or offensive trio next to this defensive core. So it already has recovery, which is dope. The biggest beasts in the tier right now are, I actually don't even know. There are a couple of things that could be the case for. But certainly we're going to put Fairy's weak to poison and fire. No, poison, fire. Poison, steel. We're going to try Clodsire on this one. The primary reason is because of its water absorbability. So that we don't get run upon by rain or by that water fish dolphin thing. So not water item. Lefties. This also has recovery, and it makes hazard stacking simplified. I'd like to hear how you guys are enjoying the tier. What are some mons that you think are slept on right now? That's what I want to know. What mons do you think are slept on right now that you've been trying out? I'll just do impish. Definitely gonna have the rocker on this. Do we want another hazard? Toxic makes sense. Gonna run max defense because we're trying to check the fish, so we don't get ran up on by that. Put the rest in SPDF. It already has pretty high SPDF, so that balances out a bit. Question is just what I want to run. Let's just pack Earthquake for now, so it has an attacking move. Next, what's this? So these two obviously grounded, fire, water, So let's throw a Corviknight on here. We haven't used our board Corviknight since we got here. People seem to like Rocky Helmet, which makes sense for these beasts out here. Get that nice little chip. Corviknight would offer hazard control. I know people ran SPDF Corviknight to help with the old Misdreavus thing that was around, but obviously that's been sent to the Shadow Realm. So, because these two would struggle a lot with, like, say, a Garchomp, assuming Garchomp is relevant. I'll rock SPDF, I mean, whatever. I'll rock SPDF Corvi on this. I'll put leftovers on it as well. Or heavily SPDF. It won't be max SPDF, I don't think. I don't even know if there's any relevant. Primarily because all these other mons are defensive. I'm like, okay, maybe I need something SPDF on the team. I'm trying to think of all the relevant mons. Like that Donphan is a problem. Clodsire can, if it walls your type, then it can act as a SPDF wall as well. It's not really like super dedicated. Definitely excited to try this thing out. One of my subscribers were telling me about an item that boosts punching moves, and this thing is electrified, and it has Iron Fist, and it has Ice Punch. It's game time. It's game time, and it has that one move that recovers. I haven't seen that used yet, which I'm surprised by. But Yeah, we're gonna see. We're just gonna roll out. So we're gonna put. We'll put pressure on there. Pressure. The U of the turn. The D of the fog. And the question is what the other move. I think Brave Bird's fine. Just in case that Fighting Dawn fan is feeling frisky. Because that thing is a beast as well. So we'll put a good bit of defense in it. I don't think we need a ton of SPDF. I don't know what the relevant things will be, but we're going to find out today, aren't we? So now we're going to go on the offensive side, see what we want to so all our mods have recovery. Corviknight is weak to fire, electric, which these two cover. It's weak to water, ground, which these two cover. And then obviously I'm going to transition from, so I have no ghost immunity, but I can do that on the offensive side. Let's see. I guess I could just use the thing now. Right? Why not use it now? Iron Fist, and then punching thing is called punching glove. Yeah, we're punching gloving people. Nobody's safe. Cause I mean the other abilities aren't very offensively based compared to what it. Cause it gets. I know close combat is not. Man, imagine if close combat qualified. It's not the strongest, but it's strong enough. That's strong enough. Especially because its typing and coverage is so insane. So Thunder Punch is now, and I mean Ice Bolt Beam, and this is like perfect coverage. And then what's that one move called? What's that one move called? Revival Herb or something like that. Revival Herb. Revival Blessing. Yeah, let's Revival Blessing somebody. You already know what it is. So we're gonna put another beast that you don't want to see Revival Blessing, but it's coming back for round 2. I haven't used Salazar yet, but it's kind of like a dead mon. Like it's sort of dead weight. So if you, yeah, we'll just keep as is. What else do I want to use? What else haven't I tried? 'Cause after this, I think after the streaming that I do, I'm gonna just use teams by you guys, and I use a ton of the stuff that are there, so I can get familiarized. Because I just don't have enough data. I mean, the game's been out for what, 3 days, so no shit jam. But I'd like to have a bit more data as I'm building. I know this is a beast, but I want to wait. I don't want to use it on this team. Somebody told me Luke is a beast. Not on this team. Oh, Zone is in the game? And people aren't trapping Corviknight? Really? Interesting. I didn't know Zone was in the game. I know the Magneton thing was in the game, but I didn't know Zone was here. We can try Palafin. Let's put a Palafin on there. I heard the boys doing work. I have no idea what these things run. I'm gonna just run Choice Band. Just gonna run Choice Band because I don't know what these things run. So we're just gonna Choice Band these things up right now. Close combat. I'm guessing people are terror typing to water. It's irrelevant. No, he gets Jet Punch, which is just a stronger Aqua Jet, which is interesting. They're just like, yo, Aqua Jet, you're not enough. Wave Crash, all that recoil, all that attack. Its speed is what, base 100? That's this meta. I mean, it needs to outspeed something. What is the base speeds though? Like what are some relevant speeds? I'm trying to. I just don't know enough about the tier yet. So, trying to think who would be relevant to outspeed. Let's just rock that right now. I'm gonna put like super minimal speed, like maybe 252 or something. I can think of like maybe Magnezone, max speed or something, but we're just gonna rock HP. And is it flip turn? Flip turn the other one? It's gonna run all water moves. I know bulk up. I saw a blender of bulk up something. I don't know how relevant ice punch is. I guess liquidation could make sense if you don't want the rave crash recoil. Perhaps Zen could make sense. We'll see. We'll just use it and find out, right? Can you imagine getting rid of this and then it comes back? Now we're gonna have a setup mod. We need something setup-y and special. You don't have to build teams where it has physical and special. If the metagame leans to physical or special, your team's well structured enough, you can go all in on one. But what do I want to try? Could he play some Zoroark shenanigans? Man, I can't wait to learn the actual, like, the metagame that says a little bit. Like, man, I can see some Zoroark shenanigans going down. I can see a lot of things going on, you know. I think I am going to go with these two. Not really. There are no really solid grass types in the tier defensively, so I was gonna say they'll still may struggle with grass types. Not really true. What about Volk? Volk. There are a lot of strong sucker punchers and priority users, so I haven't seen too many Volcaronas for good reason. Let's go with good all reliable Dragapult. You know what I'm saying? Just nice specs. I think I used this on a team before. Whatever. Got U-turn and we got Dragapult's just all reliable, man. It's just still good. It's still good. It's super fast. Gets a bit of this, picks a bit of, because I have no Scarfer. I mean, I have decent speed and priority, but it helps a bit because Dragapult, as fast as a lot of these new Paradox mods are, Dragapult's still the GOAT as far as speed goes. Like, you're not outspeeding Dragapult, my friends. I'm sorry. It's just not how Dragapult's just not having it. So I'd assume Terra type probably normal. Dragapult's very dark. Terra type dark seem like, because a lot of things Dragapult would struggle with, it would resist dark. So that's the squad for today. I'm actually really excited to see the defensive core specifically perform. Like, I'd like to wall some people with some things, and then obviously this is literally just a better, what's it called, protective pad. So I'm guessing they're gonna buff protective pad, because why would you ever use protective pad if you have this? I mean, if you don't have a punching move, I guess it doesn't matter, but still, it's just it's weird for them to essentially make, maybe there are other items like that, or there are items that are just straight up superior to another and do the exact same thing. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm missing something here. Protective pads has a secondary effect that this doesn't have, but it's odd that they just put a better item. So that's gonna be our team building for today. By now, if you're a frequent watcher, you've gone through the 4 steps. If not, then they're in the description down below. Again, identify the goal, then we check what common strategies would stop that. And so that's why we put Pokemon around our alligator here, because its goal is defensive. So we want to put things around it that can support it and allow it to defend and keep value for us. Identify what Pokemon our strategies can aid in removing and stopping that. Somewhat the same thing as just what I just said. Step 2 is looking for the problems, and step 3 is solving the problem. Then you start putting together a rough draft, and step 6 is testing it, which is a showdown live that is coming soon. So if you are, I mean today, a little bit after this video, maybe a few hours after the video, definitely a few hours after this team building video. So if that's something you are interested in, you want to see things perform, I recommend that you subscribe if you're not already. For all my longtime viewers or new viewers, if you like the video, hit the like button down below. Thank you guys for killing it so far, man. I very much appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.